A church congregation here in Flat Gap says they will have services this Sunday outside in the middle of devastation. I'm Sam Dick. We'll have that story coming up.
Rescue crews in Johnson County are spending countless hours searching through the debris, and tonight a cadaver dog is recovering after getting injured in the search.
A Kentucky lake is dealing with historic water levels after all of this summer's rainfall.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening. Search efforts continue in Johnson County tonight as people try to salvage what's left following devastating flash flooding earlier this week.
Here is the latest on the search efforts. Rescue crews say one person is still missing and 4 people are unaccounted for. 3 people died in the flooding, and many communities across the state are coming together to collect donations and help the victims of the flooding, including all of us here at WKYT. Now, you have about 30 minutes left to call our Kentucky Cares phone bank and make your donation. Just give us a call at 859-299-5455 or 855-257-2700. Some of that money will be used to help the victims in Johnson County. WKYT's Sam Dick is in Johnson County tonight, getting a closer look at all of the relief efforts and cleanup in our top story at 6. And Sam, the donations are just pouring in.
Amber, given the situation, it has been a wonderful thing to see here at Johnson Central. Since this morning, an endless line of cars and trucks and people giving donations here, bringing them into the cafeteria here at Johnson Central. And behind me, it seems like more and more flood victims showing up to get supplies as well. As you're about to see, people in this community have a great faith, and they believe they're going to make it past this tragedy. All the rows of muddy chairs caught our attention first. If you want to know the strength, faith, and determination of Johnson County people, visit the Ramey Branch Gospel Church. Monday, it was almost entirely underwater.
People has come from everywhere to help.
Mud-soaked themselves, members of the church take a break. The sun beats down, and 4 days of cleanup exhaust them. But they have a church service to get ready for. What do you all need help with? I guess that's an obvious question, but everything?
Actually, the community has just been unbelievable. There's numerous churches that'll be here tomorrow.
So come Sunday, services will be held outside. Sunday school, too, for the children, surrounded by destruction, but still alive and thankful.
Each and every person here, you could ask them anything and they would do it.
A sad moment this afternoon here in Johnson County as the cleanup continues. Many people are saying goodbye to their loved ones who have died in the flooding. Today, the community laid to rest 74-year-old Willa Mae Pennington. Pennington's grandson, Scott Johnson, is still missing. Family members say he tried to save Pennington, his grandmother, and a young boy who were swept away by the floods. The young boy made it out alive, but Pennington did not. Search and rescue crews have spent countless hours trying to reunite people with their loved ones, and some rely on cadaver dogs to help with the search. But this week, one of those dogs was seriously injured after discovering a body beneath the rubble. Tonight, Hillary Thornton is talking to the dog's handler about how that dog is recovering.
As the scenes of devastation stretch for miles and miles, so do the examples of sacrifice and loyalty.
Mud is probably up to your knees. There's glass, metal, and it's their lives are strung all up and down this creek. There was times that I thought, well, should I send her in here? Should I not send her in here? Unfortunately,
that worry came true for a team member just after locating one of the victims.
Several trailers were turned upside down, several roofs with metal roofing all over the place, and I sent Roxy in under a torn trailer. She come back out, and somewhere along the line she sliced her leg. She kept on working, kept on training, and then she come back out and went back in again. And then I noticed that she started limping as I was sending her back into another spot. And I kind of looked at her leg, and I could see that she was bleeding pretty heavily. And then picked it up, and I could tell that there was more than just a little cut on her skin, but it had gone deeper into the tissue and into the ligaments, and you can see the ligaments sticking out a little bit.
Injuring not only an important part of the team, but the only canine from Johnson County specifically the Flat Gap community. Now sidelined after doing hours of what these dogs continue doing out here, trudging through mud and debris, searching for her friends and neighbors.
I was glad that we could help. Not to say that I was glad it was in our community, but I was glad that we were here and could be here so quick and get out there so quick to help the people that I know.
Thankfully now on the mend after emergency surgery, working to heal so she is ready when her next assignment comes. In Johnson County, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Just amazing the resources that they pull into a disaster like this from the people behind us, the volunteers, and a cadaver dog that's seriously injured. Simply amazing. We need some help from you. Today, we're thankful that we had a day without any rain, but it's getting awfully hot out there. I saw a lot of workers who really look like they're wilting after 4 days, Chris.
And it's kind of the double-edged sword. In order to get some dry weather, temperatures either had to get really cool or really steamy, and unfortunately, we're going the steamy route over the next couple of days. But as you mentioned, it's been a mainly dry day, 3 in a row now for this part of the world. That is certainly great news. But back in Lexington, we look at our live sky cam, and we're seeing some rain developing on the west side of town right now. You can actually see some drops coming from that sky cam. It's knocking those current temperatures down just a little bit as well into the Lexington area. So some light showers now beginning to develop across parts of central Kentucky, and that's a sign of things to come. You get this type of a humid atmosphere, this type of a steamy atmosphere, you're going to pop some thunderstorms. All the heat and humidity, though, leading to those heat index values that are well above 100 degrees across the western part of the state. Central and eastern Kentucky, basically 95 to 100, better part of the day. At times, we've been touching 100 degrees for that heat index, or what it feels like outside, with a combination of humidity and temperatures, and that's what you should be looking at as you go through the next few days. That's what your body's going to react to. Defender is picking up on a couple of those showers into parts of Lexington right now, especially on the west side of town. That's a sign of what is going to pop over the next couple of days. We're back into this summertime pattern to where you get, yes, the heat and humidity, but also the potential for especially afternoon or evening thunderstorms to crank, and the best chance of those thunderstorms may actually develop as we go into our weekend. 24-hour planner we go through tomorrow, similar to what we had out there today. Upper 80s, low 90s, a little better shot, Sam, for some of those thunderstorms to begin to pop up. Now, if you're worried about a repeat performer of earlier this week, that does not appear to be in the cards this weekend. More typical heat and humidity driven afternoon and evening thunderstorms.
Thank goodness.
Absolutely. Early next week, though, I'm watching some more storms Monday and a Tuesday. I'll touch on that coming up in about 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, Chris. And one more reminder, the Kentucky Cares phone bank is open. Just call 859-299-5455 or 855-257-2100. You can do that to make a donation to the Red Cross storm relief effort. We will be there taking donations until 6:30 at the station. Amber and Jennifer, I'm going to steal a quote from my friend here. Earlier off camera, he said, you know, what we're witnessing here today restores your faith in humanity.
And it does.
It really does. It really does. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Sam and Chris. So many people trying to help out people in this difficult time.
I certainly believe it. There's so many good people and just stepping up to do anything they can. It's great. Well, all of the recent rainfall is causing some problems for people in southern Kentucky. Officials say Lake Cumberland has reached record high levels this month.
Water is now spilling out to the parking lot near the lake, and people are now coming up with creative ways to reach their boats. Phil Pendleton is in Pulaski County with a story that's new at 6.
This is how Terry Drysdale of Independence is getting to his boat out on Lake Cumberland.
I'm hoping I'm tall enough that I can get out to it.
Higher lake levels have submerged the walkway out to the boat dock.
I'm amazed how high the water is right now. I've never seen it this high before, but it is up.
In fact, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers that manages the lake says the lake's elevation of 730 feet above sea level is at its highest level ever for the month of July.
Well, I was putting it in at the next ramp up, but it's so loaded with debris that it came on down here yesterday.
The extra water has caused more debris to float down the river from eastern Kentucky and collect along the banks at Waitsboro.
I'm just worried about the debris more than anything out in the water. Be careful around it.
Army Corps officials say they're working to clean debris along boat ramps and main channels. They say more water is being kept in the lake for flood control downstream.
It's the main storage facility for the entire Cumberland River system. So we're holding water back now to mitigate not just downstream on the Cumberland, but also the Mississippi.
The lake is expected to crest Sunday at 732.4 feet above sea level in Pulaski County. Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Lake officials say the lake was lowered 7 years ago because of a leak in the Wolf Creek Dam. Leaders say that leak has been fixed and the dam can handle an increase in water levels of up to 760 feet. A man accused of killing his mother in Lexington is in jail tonight. Police arrested Jack J.T. Clemens this morning in Goodland, Kansas, after chasing him from Burlington, Colorado. Lexington police told Burlington police Clemens might be headed that way. A Burlington police officer says he saw Clemens' mother's stolen car getting on the interstate and tried to pull it over. Lexington police say they found Clemens' mother, Shirley Clemens, dead inside her home earlier this week. Her son is in the Kit Carson County Jail. Police say he has not said a word since his arrest.
A carjacking suspect is in jail thanks to a pocket dial. Investigators say James Healy stole a neighbor's car at gunpoint at an apartment complex on Champion Way in Georgetown this morning. Police say Healy drove from the apartment complex into Lexington. They were able to track him because he accidentally dialed 911 twice.
We don't know that he actually had any conversation at length with anybody. It was just an accidental dial.
Healy has been charged with wanton endangerment and robbery.
A busy Lexington road will be closed this weekend. What you need to know to avoid traffic headaches coming up on WKYT News at 6.